If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. I think it's important that I tell you that this morning I researched jumping off a cliff. And my research has determined that if I jump off a cliff over, say, I don't know, I think 80 feet, that it starts to be a really bad idea. And even under 80 feet, if you don't know what you're doing, it's a really bad idea. So I've decided, based on my research, that I'm not going to jump off a cliff. This is important because people keep asking me if I'm going to go to the RTR. And so last January, I made a video where I talked about, the title of the video is Ehrenberg Quartzite Warning. And in this video, I talk about the reasons why I don't want to go to that area, to the RTR, during this season, you know, the January season. You know, all the snowbirds go out to this area during this season. Well, last year, I did a video. It's the most popular video I have, actually. It's the most viewed video. It's the most subscribed to video. It has the highest thumbs up. It also has the highest thumbs down. It is the most hated video I've ever made also. In the video, I talked about the research I had done about going to the RTR and how I didn't want to go to the RTR based on this research. Now, a lot of people say that if I want to grow my YouTube channel, that's the best place to go. And I agree. If you're wanting to grow your YouTube channel as an RVer, nomad, going to the RTR will explode your channel if you can get connected with the right people. And since I'm an introvert, which is a key component to this, I probably wouldn't connect with the right people. The RTR, they don't allow you to film in the RTR. So in order for me to make a video of the RTR, I would have to violate the rules of the RTR. According to some of the rules that I've read about and seen online about making videos at the RTR, the only people that are allowed to do it are the organizers. So in order to grow my channel, I would have to connect with one of these organizers. Another issue that I have is it's just the weather. Everybody says you need to go to Quartzite because of the weather. The weather's better there. Well, I've been monitoring the weather this week in the Quartzite area. It has gotten down into the 20s already this week. It has rained quite a bit apparently. Now I know that I've only based this decision on research. I went to the weather app and typed in Quartzite, Arizona, and it said it was raining and it's cold. Going there for the weather really doesn't change anything for me. And I made this point last year, that Florida, where I was at in Florida, was essentially the same temperature as Quartzite. Quartzite gets cold. It's dusty, very dusty apparently. Again, I recognize this is on research alone. I have no evidence, but there are some pretty good YouTubers out there right now telling me that you're going to need filtration for your van. When you put them over your windows, you're going to need filters. You know, when you crack your window at night to run your heater because it's so cold, you need to crack your windows. Well, if you're going to do that, you have to put a filter over your window so the dust doesn't come into your van. It just doesn't sound all that pleasing to me. The internet. One of the biggest struggles I have had as a nomad is internet. I have to have internet. I have to be able to work. I have an online business that I do. I also do these YouTube videos. Again, I recognize what I'm about ready to say is based on research that I have done. But the biggest organizer of the RTR said it's unlikely that he's going to be able to do live streams during the RTR because internet access will be very limited. Since there's so many people there, all that bandwidth is having to be shared by everybody. And so if you imagine yourself, if you don't understand that bandwidth, if you imagine taking a shower and someone turns on the cold water faucet in the kitchen, and all of a sudden the hot water, you know, in the shower, it turns real hot, and you're like, hey! Well, that's the same concept with bandwidth. It gets shared. And so one person on the internet, you get all the bandwidth. But you put 2 people on it, now you only get 50% of the bandwidth. I don't know if that's the actual math, but it's the concept that I'm trying to provide you with. Well, when you have 10,000 people all crammed into a small area, and you have them all on internet because you've told them all that Verizon is the best carrier out there, so they're all on Verizon, well, you're going to be at a trickle speed. Another thing that I know that it's just research, and that I really don't have first-hand experience to actually go out there and say this. The biggest reason I don't want to go out there is the amount of people. Look, I'm an introvert, and Carolyn has social anxiety. You know, I don't like going into Walmart, and I don't think there's 10,000 people in Walmart. This is a huge event, and for me to be around that many people for any length of time would be very, very difficult for me. Now, I know a lot of people seem to understand my personality better than I do, and they like to say, well, all you need to do is go and recharge, because that's what the organizer of this event says. If you're an introvert, just come out to the event, and then when you get tired, you can go back to the camper and just, you know, sit in isolation for a while. I'm glad that he understands me so well, because that's not how it works for me. I just don't want to be around people. That's why I come out to these national forests and conservation areas. There's nobody around, ever, and I love it. I don't intend to go to the RTR based on this research that I've done. And I don't think I need to try it to find out that I don't like it. I'm pretty confident that I don't like it. Just like I'm pretty confident that jumping off a cliff is not something I want to do. I don't think I would like jumping off a cliff. I'm pretty sure of it. Thanks for watching. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels.